Hi! So in this series we're talking about a time when God's people were in the desert. They had left behind a time of slavery in Egypt and were heading towards the Promised Land. But they weren't still in Egypt, they weren't slaves anymore like they were in Egypt. They hadn't yet reached the Promised Land either. They were stuck in a time in between. And that is a lot like the place we find ourselves today. We're not in lockdown anymore, but things aren't back to normal yet either. I'm not really sure what's in front of us or when we will actually get to where we're going. Just like we don't know where we're going to at the moment, the Israelites didn't know how long they were going to be in the desert for. But luckily for them, and luckily for us, God has a plan. There's a video below this on the website which explains this really well. It's a really good explanation of this part of God's story. Over the next few weeks, we'll be talking about some of the challenges faced by the Israelites and how they applied to some of the challenges that we face today. So here is Claire with a Bible passage and a devotional for you guys.
Now last week, Becca had to eat a Happy Meal as part of the I Am session. And the Happy Meal she was eating represented the food and water that the Israelites had to eat when they were in the desert. Now Becca seemed to quite enjoy eating the Happy Meal, but this wasn't the case for the Israelites. They really complained about the food that they were eating in the desert. And they started to miss the food that they were eating when they had been in Egypt. Even though when they were in Egypt, they were slaves and treated really badly. Now they had started to really struggle to trust God about their future because it seemed so far away. Now when I think about this year, which has been hard and challenging for all of us, it's really easy to think that we could just sit back and complain about all the things that we've missed out on, like the birthday parties, the family get-togethers, and seeing our friends, which might also mean that you're finding it hard to trust God in the hard times. Now this week, the passage that we are looking at from the Bible is Numbers 11, verses 10 to 15, which says, Moses heard all the people complaining as they stood around in groups at the entrances of their tents. He was distressed because the Lord had become angry with them. And he said to the Lord, "Why have you treated me so badly? Why are you displeased with me? Why have you given me responsibility for all these people? I didn't create them or bring them to birth. Why should you ask me to act like a nurse and carry them in my arms like babies? All the way to the land you promised to their ancestors. Where could I get enough meat for all these people? They keep whining and asking for meat. I can't be responsible for all these people by myself. It's too much for me. If you're going to treat me like this, have pity on me and kill me, so that I won't have to endure your cruelty for any longer." Now in this passage, we see that Moses talks to God in prayer and is totally honest with him. And he doesn't shy away from what he has to say. Now this is something that we can also do. So whatever is on your mind, whether it's big or small, God is there to listen. Now, God really wants to hear what you have to say. Now, sometimes you may find it hard to say things out loud to God, and that's okay because God knows what we are thinking. God will always listen to us and help us when we're worrying. He can give us the strength to talk to an adult that we trust, at home, at school, or church. And God can show us the way to go and what steps to take. So remember, whatever is troubling your heart and your mind, you can share those worries with God as you pray to Him.
So today we've been talking about giving our struggles over to God, and also using our hands to help others with a burden that they carry, just like when God gave Moses helpers to help him carry the burden that he was carrying. So, draw around your hand on a piece of paper, and in each of the fingers, think about one way that you can help another person to carry the burden that they have during this uncertain time. Maybe if your parents are working from home, maybe one of the things that you will do might be to remember to pick up your dirty clothes from the floor, because it can be hard to work in a really untidy place. Maybe your idea will be to help a younger sibling with some work that they have to do, or maybe just to play with your younger siblings so that your parents can finish off a job they might need to get done. Maybe your teacher is struggling with some of the things, so you can be extra kind to your teacher when you go back after half term. Maybe there's a way that you can help them in the classroom. Maybe you yourself are struggling with some of the aspects of this time. Maybe you find it really difficult not being able to see more people or to spend more time with your friends. Maybe you're missing out on some of the activities that you used to enjoy after school. If you're feeling this way, then maybe you could draw around your other hand, and I would like you to write down 5 things that you would like to pray about, something that affects your life right now. So a bit like when Moses had his uninhibited prayer, where he brought all of his feelings out to God in one big shouty rampage. Maybe instead of shouting, maybe you would like to write down some of those things, or have a grown-up help you write down some of those things that you would like to pray about, things that you maybe find difficult or are struggling to deal with right now. Maybe you're not sure what you're going to do over half term with a lot of the activities and things that would normally be not on or cancelled or fully booked. Maybe you would like to bring some of those things to God in prayer. So have a go at 5 ways that you can help another person with their burden, and 5 things that you would like to bring to God, so that maybe God will send someone to help with your burdens. So we're going to play a game now, and the game for today is to guess where the voice is coming from. So as we learn more and more about God, we need to be listening out for what God has to say to us. And we are going to play a game where you will need to close your eyes or be blindfolded, and then the people that you're in the room with will move around and they will say a particular word. So maybe bananas. They will say bananas from somewhere in the room, and they will try to disguise their voice so you can't tell who it is. And whoever is blindfolded needs to guess who it was that said the word bananas. So, gather your family together, pause this video and have a go at the game. Well done. How did you get it right? Could you identify who in your family was saying bananas, even though they disguised their voices? I'm sure some of you got some really, had a lot of fun. Try that again. I'm sure some of you managed to get them all right, but some of you may have had some family that were able to trick you with their voice. Maybe you managed to trick someone in your family with your voice. Don't forget to let me know at the email address below. So today we're talking about carrying burdens, and this is a game that you guys can play at home with your family. So I've got Aaron here to help me, and Annika's going to lend us her hand as well. So Aaron, to start with, you need to put your arms straight out in front of you and hold them upwards, because I'm going to start giving you some books to hold. Ooh. And when the books get too heavy for you to hold, you have to call out help,
Yeah.
and then Annika will come and help you. Okay? And then you have to call out help again, and then Mummy will help you hold them up when it's too heavy for both of you. Okay, here we go. The arms nice and straight. That's it. As soon as it starts getting difficult, don't want to drop them. Put your arms out straight. Do you need help?
I think. Help!
Help, Annika. That's it. Right. And when it's too heavy for both of you, and someone else can come and help. Quite a lot of books. How's that doing? You still okay?
Yeah, I'm still okay. Yep. Still okay. Still okay.
Quite a lot of books. It's a good job we've got a lot, isn't it?
Yep.
Are your arms out straight?
Oh no.
That makes it harder, doesn't it?
Help.
Out straight. You need
Oh
help?
no, I don't. This makes it easier. Ouch.
Do you need help, Annika?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. And then it's easier, isn't it, when Mummy helps? There we go. So, have a go at this activity at home with your family.
Why not give this a go at home? It is exactly what God did for Moses. When Moses called out for help because his burden was too great, God provided helpers so that he had less to carry on his own. If everyone helps out, then more can be done. We can do this at home too. Instead of complaining if you're asked to pick up your clothes or put your clean washing away or tidy up your toys or some other small chore, try to remember, in order for everything to be working at its best, we need to share the load. We have to share the responsibility. It is not possible for one person to do everything at home without anything being left or forgotten. But if we all lend a hand, then everything will be done and one person will not become overwhelmed. Why not see if you can help out at home by doing one small thing every day to help your family? I bet it will make a big difference to them and it won't be too difficult for you.
A few weeks ago, we had an activity that was making some flatbreads. Here are some pictures from some flatbreads that were made at home by Tilly. Thank you for sending your pictures in. I love to see everything that you guys have been up to, so don't forget to email me in anything that you've done this week.